on and zoom, 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 zoom. We gotta zoom, 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 zoom. Everybody's doing it, everybody's grooving it, everybody's having a ball, yeah. So won't you zoom, 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 zoom. I'm gonna zoom, 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 zoom. I'm Laura. I'm Penny. My name's Ann. I'm David. My name's Nancy. I'm Jay. My name's Tracy. Who are you? What do you do? How are you? Let's hear from you. We need you. We're gonna zoom, 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 zoom. Come on and zoom, 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 zoom. Come on, give it a try. We're gonna show you just why. We're gonna teach you to fly high. Come on and zoom, come on and zoom, zoom. Come on and zoom, come on and zoom, zoom. Come on and zoom, come on and zoom, zoom. Come on and zoom, come on and zoom, zoom. Come on and zoom, It's time to roll out the barrel.
This Zoom barrel comes from Hannah Twaddell of Westchester, Pennsylvania. She writes, Happy Leap Day. I think the happiest I've been in a month was when I learned how to stand on my head. Maybe you Zoomers can all try headstands together. Would you please? Headstands. Nancy.
And to find out what's inside today. Got a pillow?
Will you come on in?
No, somebody put my legs up. Then you gotta stand there by yourself. You gotta stand there by yourself. Who's next? Yeah. Jay. Oh, it's Santa Claus.
Me?
Oh, no. Sorry. It's gonna be good. You're gonna go right into the crumbs, Jay. Come on, Jay, come on. Uh-oh. Tracy, that's the first time I ever did that. I can't believe it. You gotta put your knees on your I don't have to. I know how to do it. I can do it too. She can do it. Put your feet up. Yes. All right, stay. Yeah. I gotta get down. How to get down? Oh, that's my only problem. How to get down. Cha-cha! Oh, your head hurts. Stretcho! Doesn't hurt my head. Stretcho, chango. Oh, it's rubber. It's Rubber Man. Up he goes. It's Thunder. All right, you got it. Don't touch me!
Have you figured out the secret of what Fanny Dooley likes and dislikes? Nancy and Joan Menor of Greenwich, Connecticut did. They wrote a play about her.
Hello, Fanny.
Hi, Sally. I came over because my husband Timmy doesn't understand anything I like or dislike.
I know what you mean. Why don't you sit on a chair? They're more comfortable.
Because I love stools, but I hate chairs.
Did you hear about Susie's cat? She's going to have kittens.
Really? That's wonderful. I love kittens, but I hate cats. I don't really like Susie either.
Fanny, sometimes I'm beginning to think you're crazy. Oh, well, here, have some candy.
Don't you have any cookies? I don't like candy. I like cookies.
Well, why don't you read?
I hate to read.
But you love books.
Right.
I don't get it. Well, I gotta go now. Bye. Most kids get to school by a car or a subway. We go to school on a boat because we live on an island. My friends are jealous about me living on an island. It's nice and breezy and cool instead of flat in the city. In this room, and you can take lots of walks and things like that. This is the house where we live. We have no electricity. We have kerosene lamps, and we have wood stoves for heat and running water. We take a bath in a little tiny tub. My sister found this little hole, and we decided to make a cemetery out of it, and we buried in it 2 birds, a little tiny fish, a clam, crab, and a baby rabbit.
Look where I found it. I can bend it. Oh, look where I found. I can bend that. Can you bend that?
Oh, look it. My father's the caretaker of this island. We have an old abandoned fort here, World War I to World War II. He patrols the island and keeps no one from going up into the old buildings. We have lots of buildings. There's a gymnasium and a fire station, a bakery, a library, and munition bunkers where they store things. And we have lots of blackberry bushes out here, so you can pick the blackberries when they get black. We have lots of pear trees. We have poison ivy and sumac. I'm not the only one who likes the trees and the grass. Smokey, our horse, likes it too. He is 25 years old. He roams around the island all day long. He only comes to the stable at night. I have 2 sisters and a brother. Most of the time I play with them. Sometimes the beach is like a treasure. You find a lot of things. It's kind of lonely, no friends to play with except my brothers and sisters.
How many muscles do you have? I don't know.
Oh, I gotta put one on the railroad too.
That one's opening right there.
This one's got sand in it.
It does.
If I had my choice, I would live here instead of on the mainland.
Do you want to know how to do tongue pop? Well, I'm going to show you. Zoom will resume after this important message. How about Fub Oaks?
Thubbis ubbis uppa bubby dubba bubby flubbi sprubbe. Dubbas yabba flubbi sprubbe rubba lubby cubble bubbugs dubbed. Ubbif nubbat yabus uppa bubby dubba bubby flubbi sprubbe. Thubba flubbi sprubbe thubbat cubbles bubbugs dubbed. Fubbast. Now back to Zoom.
Gene Stark of Sand Prairie, Wisconsin says that Fanny Dooley loves lollipops, but she does not like candy.
I think it's a poem, yeah. It says, it's from Michael Wellesley of Cedar Bluffs, Nebraska. It says, without the brain we couldn't use, the think of the blink of the wink of the door. Aren't you glad you have a brain instead of a window pane?
I have a limerick from Toby Lombardo of Glastonbury, Connecticut. An elephant lay in his bunk, asleep as his chest rose and sunk. He snored and he snored, till jungle folks roared. So his wife tied a knot in his trunk.
Here's a story. It's from Michael Bragg of San Diego, California. It's called The Toast.
The toast.
There once was a boy who made a toast, but he put it in on full speed, so the toast popped over China. I ran down to catch it. I shouted out and it fell into my mouth. So finally I got my breakfast. The end. Thank you, Michael. Here's a little riddle sent in by Mark Harvey of Brunswick, Ohio. There was a lady and her name was Mrs. Bigger, and she was going to have a baby. Who is bigger, Mrs. Bigger or the baby? The baby.
Mrs. Bigger.
The baby was, he was just a little bigger.
I don't get that.
Get it?
Well,
See them?
the mother's name was Mrs. Bigger.
Right.
Oh, a little bigger. Oh, she was a little bigger. I have one here from Jody, Robin, and Seth Coppell of West Hartford, Connecticut. It says, what did the pepper say to the pencil?
What? I don't know what.
Right on. And why did the doctor put his bandages in the refrigerator?
I don't know what.
He wanted cold cuts.
Here's one from Evelyn Bemis of Portland, Maine. If you copy the picture, you will know how to make a happy, sad face. Just turn it around, and there are your two different faces. Well, let's see here. Right?
That's cute. That's very good. Wow.
Yeah. Happy.
Happy.
Sad.
That looks really good. I tried making those, but I couldn't.
Do your friends always keep secrets you tell them? We had a Zoom rap about it.
Yeah, I think a friend makes, like, he's got to be honest to you. Like, if somebody, well, like, sometimes it's not good to tell a secret somebody else told about you, but it's also good because then you can know what they think about you. And I think a good friend is just like when they're honest to you. And
The thing that happens is, if you tell secrets about somebody and then finally they find out, they really hurt.
That's good. I have.
no, go ahead.
Well, I have a friend, and she used to be my really, really best friend, and I used to tell her everything. And then she fell in love with this guy who is. So anyway, I had told her lots of secrets before, and one of them was that I didn't like this guy who she had suddenly fallen in love with, right? So she told this guy that, right? And he has a lot of power because he's got so many friends.
He's
and
strong,
so,
right?
Yeah, right. And she got, oh, he's 12.
And so she got really mad at me, and he got really mad at me, and then they got all their friends and everything to get really mad at me, and I had absolutely no one to turn to, and everybody hated me. And then so this girl started making up lies about me, and I didn't know what to do, because everywhere I turned, somebody would say, and they'd tell a big
took my pencils.
Right, stuff like that, and it was really terrible. And I kept trying to talk to her and ask her why she did this to me, right? And she kept saying, I didn't do anything, I'm your best friend. Why would I do this? And then she turned right around and run and tell some more lies about me. I couldn't do anything. It was absolutely pathetic. And then finally I got her practically up against a wall, and I said, okay, now stop it. You're going to be sorry. And so
You're getting mad.
yeah, right. I was getting really, really mad. And she said, but I didn't do it. It was all this kid's fault, her boyfriend. And she said, oh, he forced me to do it. And so she said, well, and so she said, okay, let's make friends. And I said, not before you tell everybody, that it wasn't true. And so she had to go around and tell everybody it wasn't true. And so that's how it ended finally, because this kid, once she gets started, right, you can't stop her. You have to practically kill her. It's really terrible.
I mean it. When you get in fights with some of your best friends, you don't feel right until you get back friends with them again.
To build a tree loom, you need 2 sticks, 2 stones, some string, and a low branch. First thing you do is throw the string over the branch. Then you tie one of the sticks to the top and one of the sticks to the bottom. Then you put the 2 stones on the string that's left over to weight it down. The next thing you do is warp the loom. The warp are the strings that run up and down. You make a loop over the top branch and bring the 2 ends through it and pull. And then you tie it around the warp string that came down. After the loom is warped, you're ready to weave. To start weaving, you take a ball string and you go under one warp string and over the other, all the way across. One of the things I like about tree looms is you can weave in more things than just yarn. When the ball string runs out, then you can start a new one or weave in just about anything you can think of.
If you want to know how to make a tree loom in your own backyard, send us a stamped, self-addressed envelope. That's an envelope with your name, address, and a stamp on it to Zoom. Phoebe.
Bye then.
Right, Zoom, box 350, Boston, Mass. 02139.
Silverstein of Hudson, New York writes, Fannie Dooley loves streets, but she hates roads.
Doesn't anybody understand what I like or dislike? If you do, please write Zoom, Box 350, Boston, Mass. 02134. I hate to cry, but I love to read. Suppose you had 3 wishes. When would you like to live? Who would you like to be? And where would you like to live? First of all, when would you like to live?
Apartments on the top floor.
What was that?
In the past.
Past.
1975?
Probably when Lincoln was alive. In the year 2000.
30th century.
Right now, because this is the time I know most about.
I'd like to live in about year 2400.
I'd like to live when everything was clean, when the skies were blue and the grass was green. And instead of garbage in the streets, you could stroll around in your bare feet. I'd like to live when everything was clean. I'd like to live way back in history, when men were armored right down to their knees, and the ladies wore long flowing gowns,
And they rolled their chariots into town.
I'd like to live in 99 BC. I'd like to live when time came to a stop, and the clocks all forgot to tick and talk. 'Cause if they never changed the date, they'd never blame me for being late, and I'd celebrate my birthday every day. Three wishes, wishes 1, 2, 3. Where would you like to? When would you like to? What would you like to be?
I'd like to be a trainer in a zoo, a chasing snakes and catching kangaroos. I teach the antelopes not to kick and keep the tigers free of ticks. I'd be the only trainer with his name in who's who.
A nurse.
Bobby Orr, because he plays hockey and I like hockey.
A policeman.
I don't know.
Jack Cousteau.
A veterinarian.
Ralph Waldo Emerson, because he's about the smartest person I know of.
I'd be Billy the Kid.
Barbara Streisand.
Oh, I probably want to be a grown-up. You know, I want to be pretty and nice.
I don't know, just an ordinary person.
I'd like to be a traveling machine, or train, or airplane, and or submarine. Look, I'd be home anywhere, on the water, on the land, or in the air. Ain't no place where I would never be. 3 wishes, wishes 1, 2, 3. What would you like to? When would you like to? Where would you like to be?
I want to be in England because that's where I was born. I'd like to be in Italy and Africa.
Canada.
Switzerland, Morocco.
On a motorcycle.
Right here.
In Florida because it's warm.
Akron, Ohio. Because the weather there is sometimes hot and sometimes cool, and that's how I like it.
I'd like to build a cabin out of logs and live alone in a big old scary bog. I'd make friends with crocodiles and race turtles and
ideas sent in by 28 viewers from 25 states. What are the things you wish? Write us and let us know.
Aber Kabe, Frau Benz.
David's aber für Davis Swabik.
Roberts aber Nabik.
Tabu Nabin Fabain Dabout.
Sabem Tabaim. Sabem Chabinabo.
Sabem Shabo.
Zabu. 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 We're gonna zoom, 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 right, zoom. I'm gonna zoom, my zoom, my zoom, my zoom. Come on, give it a try. We're gonna show you the smile. We're gonna teach you to fly, fly. I'm gonna zoom, I'm gonna zoom, zoom. I'm gonna zoom, I'm gonna zoom, zoom. I'm gonna zoom, I'm gonna zoom, zoom.
Presentation of this program was made possible in part by a grant from General Foods Corporation and by public television stations.